As a student teacher, you may have encountered some of the time-consuming routines and occasional time-wasting problems that occupy a teacher's day. Well, I hope you took notes on how they were handled. If not, please do talk to an experienced teacher and ask how they handle these kinds of issues. As a matter of fact, ask several teachers the same questions and compare their solutions to problems. A simple idea, but sometimes we forget that teachers can also be mentors. Most teachers love to share their skills, so feel free to ask. We'll be right back with more in just a moment. Welcome to episode 86 of the Teacher Rockstar Podcast, a place where tips and strategies critical to the new teacher are discussed. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, and today's episode we're going to be talking about teacher preparedness. But before we start today's episode, a quick word from our sponsor. Would you like to supercharge your classroom management skills? Well, if you're a brand new teacher, a student teacher, or perhaps you're a teacher returning back into the classroom, or a seasoned teacher for that matter, the Teacher Rockstar Academy course is for you. Gain the confidence and the skills you'll need to crush it on day one and beyond. The course includes email support, one-to-one coaching, private members Facebook group, super bonuses, and much, much more. Enroll now at teacherrockstaracademy.com. That's teacherrockstaracademy.com, and I promise you that this will be a most transformational experience. Okay, let's dive right in. I have always felt that student teaching programs should encompass both the start of the school year as well as how to effectively close out the last days of school. At least a prospective teacher then would have a better idea of what to expect. Because it's my opinion, okay, that too often, however, college schedules do not mesh with those of elementary schools. If at all possible, I urge you to try to make time to monitor classes by experienced teachers, especially at the beginning and end of the school year, or before and after holiday breaks. That's very, very important as well. You may notice that there is a different atmosphere in the classroom at those times, from the usual term days. Experienced teachers will have the know-how to modify their curricula to suit the changing situations. Notice what they do differently at different times of the year. I can't emphasize that enough. Examine the academic knowledge and practice the teaching skills that you have acquired to date. One key skill that you will need is the ability to transform content, your knowledge base, right, into teachable activities that engage your kids in learning. Do you feel confident in your mastery of the material to be studied? Do you know how you will present it to your kids in such a way that it's going to interest them? If you feel at all uncertain about either the content or how to teach it, go back to basics. Look at how you were taught the material by your teachers. How did they structure it? What activities did they do? Review materials and do further research so that you feel confident in your knowledge. Your feelings count. Notice your level of confidence. If you feel tentative, uncertain, or that there is something lacking, that is a sure sign that there is much more research and preparation for you to do. Okay, we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor. Imagine having access to educational products, instructional videos, teacher podcasts, and articles all worth over $1,000 for just pennies a day. Wouldn't that be awesome? And guess what the best part is? You get a free 7-day trial. So what do you have to lose? Go in, check it out, take a look around. Go to myteachermembership.com. That's myteachermembership.com, and more products will be added each and every month. You're going to love being part of this teacher membership community. Okay, let's continue on. It can be very helpful to look at how other teachers approach the topic you must teach. You can find many examples available on the internet. There are literally thousands of resources available to teachers today, most that were out of reach even 10 years ago. Watch a YouTube video, take an online class, Google your topic, seek out educational sites for your grade level. Review what you know and what you need to know. It is important for teachers to utilize critical thinking skills themselves, as well as to instill the skills and ideas in their students. The essence of critical thinking is questioning, so always question. Question whether there are more effective ways to teach subject matter that meet the particular learning objectives of your class. Question if you found the most effective strategies to get your students engaged and interested enough to make the effort to learn. Learning does, in fact, take effort. Question if you have provided sufficient motivation, clarity, and information for the students to master the content you teach. Much will depend on the energy and commitment that you demonstrate. Okay, my friend, this brings us to the end of this episode. Hope you've gotten a golden nugget or two from the information presented. And as always, please feel free to reach out should you have any questions or comments about the episode. I want to thank you for listening to the Teacher Rockstar podcast. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, and we hope that you found value in these tips and strategies regarding teacher preparedness. When you get a moment, visit my blog and subscribe to my newsletter for the latest educational research, best practices, and unadvertised free bonuses. Go to stevesclassroomresources.blogspot.com. And don't forget to subscribe to us at the Teacher Rockstar Podcast. And if you'd like to support us, please feel free to share our podcast with others. Post about it on social media. Leave us a rating and review. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks again. We'll see you same time, same place next week. And remember always, my friend, you got this.